What is up, Critics? Welcome back to the series where I customize and review past DLC vehicles that I never got the chance to because I didn't start making car customization videos till about late 2015. Again, guys, let me know in the comments what car from late 2015 and older you guys want me to customize next, and I will display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in the next customization video. So, in today's video, we're going to be customizing the Pegassi Zentorno. This car came out back in May of 2014 with the High Life update and was the fastest supercar around most tracks when it released. The Adder still had a higher top speed, but the Zentorno had better acceleration and handling, making it the best choice for racing at the time. It was fairly priced with good customization, a radical design, making it one of the most popular cars in GTA at the time. I remember when this car came out, and even many months after it came out, more than half the session people were still driving it around. I mean, it was pretty crazy and extremely popular. Now, this car is primarily based on a combination of the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento and the Lamborghini Veneno, which were pretty much the craziest Lamborghini designs at the time. And with that combination, we have this amazing supercar that still remains as one of the best values in the game in terms of performance, in my opinion. Now, obviously, many very quick supercars have come out over the years, but most of them are around $2 million these days, and the Zentorno's base price is only $725,000, which is, again, a very good deal for its performance. And it's pretty close to the top 10 supercars in game around most tracks, which is very impressive these days. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of this old supercar king. Alright, here we go. We got armor, brakes, chassis. Okay, so this one changes the blade to primary, then secondary, and then stock we have carbon. I'm a sucker for carbon. I think we're gonna keep the stock carbon. Engine, yes, next up. Exhaust. Alright, so the stock exhaust kind of resembles the vents on the back there, kind of like hexagon. And then the twin bore exhaust is like the circular version, more normal. And then you have the hyper exit exhaust, which looks very similar to the Lamborghini Aventador exhaust, which I like a lot. And then you got the twin ellipse, and then the epic, which this one to me looks probably the worst exhaust option in my opinion for the Zentorno. When this car came out, most people put this one because most people just go last option for most of the stuff, and every time I saw one of these exhausts I just thought it looked pretty awful. I'm gonna do the hyper exit. I think that looks the best on this car, so we're gonna go with that. Hood, you have the stock hood, then you have a slippy hood, which is just a more smoothed out normal version. Then you got street stripe, which is your secondary color, going with a stripe on the hood, which I can show really quick here. Let me just change the color. Secondary black, and then we'll go back to the hood. There, that's the option there. Okay, so in terms of the hood, I think without the vents, it looks a little cleaner for this area, because I mean this car has a crazy design, and I definitely think that smoothed out looks a lot better. Not a fan of the stripe because we already have some of the colors that are like the triangular shape there on the hood, so I think the smooth one. Lights, xenons, definitely. License plate, so I already got my Veneno plate. Obviously it's mixed with the Sesto Elemento, but I got my Veneno plate, so I'm gonna keep that. Just put black background. Now color, this is a very tough decision for this car. Obviously, Sesto Elemento's main color was the black and red, and then the Veneno was the gray and red. So I want to do the gray and red. I think that suits the car the best. So the color I like to do for this, I usually go for a black steel or a dark steel. In this case, I'm going to go with the black steel, but I'm going metallic because this color pops so well when you throw an ice white pearlescent on it. Look at that. It just completely changes the color. especially when the light hits it. It just looks absolutely amazing.
Girl is looking good.
A secondary, we're just gonna do classic red. Do red or Torino red. We'll do Torino red a little brighter. I like that.
Bodywork to match the driver.
Your crumblum goes there on the side of the door. And fun fact, now I just remembered, the Zentorno on old gen on PS3 and 360, it didn't have a plate. They added that once they brought out the newer version for the PS4 and the Xbox One, and then they kind of just threw the plate on there randomly. That's why it looks so out of place, because they literally just tacked it on there for what was back then new gen. Kind of crazy to think about how we're on a third generation of console with GTA. Wow. Alright. GTA 5, that is, just to clarify. Okay, side skirts, we have primary color, secondary, and then carbon. You guys know I love carbon. I would do the secondary to match the pinstripe on the front, but it's just way too much. They should have done carbon with a pinstripe, like the front bumper. That would have been a lot nicer. But just the carbon by itself is fine with me.
She look pretty.
Rear spoiler. So you have cruise spoiler, which doesn't really suit this car at all, in my opinion. And then you got, different color versions of that. And you got the street spoiler, which this one looks pretty incredible on this car. I like this one a lot. Different color variations. And then you have the last one, which is the racing spoiler, which just looks absolutely insane. Kind of similar to the Veneno spoiler, but the Veneno has, instead of like the two fins, it has one down the middle. This still looks pretty good. You know, it's kind of reminiscent of that. Normally, I mean, I would like a little bit more of a smaller spoiler, probably this one, but I feel like this kind of suits the car, the kind of crazy design of the car so well. So I'm gonna do that. Alright, transmission, turbo. Alright, now wheels. So this car, I believe it was the first ever car added into the game that the secondary color of the car changed with the tire sidewall, which was pretty incredible back then. Still is incredible today. You know, some cars have it, most of them don't. So it's nice to see it on this car on the stock wheels. Obviously, when you change the wheels, you lose that. That's pretty well known, but just in case you didn't know, street wheels on this car, I feel like the Mercy concaves would look really good, or like the Hyper Fresh, for example. But I really feel I really want to keep that tire line on it. I feel like it suits the car so well, and the wheels too. They look pretty good for this car. The texture is a little weird on the wheels. Obviously, it being an old gen wheel, but it still looks good. So I'm gonna keep those. Windows, I got tints. Do dark smoke, I guess.
Your cosmetics are on point.
So that's all the options there. Now, fun fact on this car, for those of you from old gen, you remember this. A lot of people used to back up with a Zentorno up to a player and shoot them. Why would they do this? Because if you notice, there's no back window. The entire back section of this car was bulletproof, pretty much. So the only way you can get shot is if they kind of got it like from this angle and shot you, or like from this angle. But dead on straight or even a little bit to the side, you really couldn't kill the person in the car. So people would shoot back with an AP pistol and kill another player. Yeah, one of the many other reasons why players bought this car, other than the fact that it was very faster on most supercar tracks, pretty much the king, is that they control with it too. It was just an all-around great car to get around the map, kill other players, do missions. It was just a lot of fun to use. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit to ground. Man, it's been a long time since I've driven this car. It's been a very, very long time. Oh boy, this brings back memories. Alright, floor it. Wow, very, very good acceleration. This car still performs very well in the sense of speed and handling and acceleration, even in today's supercar world. Obviously, a lot of the supercars have gotten crazy. You kind of need to have a Wagner or better to be competitive in the supercar class these days. But the Zentorno, for the money, I mean, it is a phenomenal performer. Even if you're just looking for a quick car to get around the map, it's still a great car. On the interior, you know, it's there. It's kind of yikes, you know, kind of what you expect from 2014. Yeah, but the exterior of the car and the customization, very good for the time. And the lights on this car are pretty cool. The nighttime running lights, you have like these LEDs in the back, which look very, very cool. And the headlights themselves, they're very, very nice. Acceleration's great. The handling on this car is phenomenal. I mean, this car, it was still competitive against the Osiris and the T20 when those came out. And we didn't get a faster car for a long time, so... I mean, Zentorno was still very competitive for years, multiple years. And it's kind of nice that, you know, we were able to revisit it again, and very, very happy we did that. Now, I'm 99% sure we don't, you know, there's no front trunk or rear panel access, but let's just double check. Love the Lambo doors. Of course, I passed it. Vehicle doors, there we go. All, yep, only the doors. But that's all you need, look at that. Lambo doors up. Love to see it. Very, very nice. Love it. I love the Zentorno. Such a great car. You know, even if you're like a newer player to GTA, you're looking for a fast car just to have a fast car. You know, you're not going to be very competitive in the supercar class because, you know, most people are using Emirates, Krieger, Wagner, that type of stuff. But, I mean, you could still be kind of competitive if they're bad drivers. And, I mean, you still have a very, very quick car that most people, you don't really see many people have anymore. And it looks great, too. The styling is controversial. You know, it's a little heavily overstyled, to say the least. But that's what Lamborghini's all about. Crazy, in-your-face, strange designs. And I think Rockstar brought that through very well. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Again, let me know in the comments down below what vehicle you guys want to see me customize next. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.